Hi everybody, and welcome back to our second video on the syllabus and course overview. Here we have our extra credit points, and there's lots of them, which is really nice. Adaptive learning assignments, these are individualized and personalized learning modules that help you master the core concepts. And I assign those at 10 points per chapter, so you can get 130 extra credit points doing these. Very much, I highly recommend completing those assignments and taking full advantage of those extra credit points. There are no late adaptive learning assignments accepted. So additionally, we have 11 chapters that include some CPA practice problems worth a half a point per problem. Now, most of you, I would assume, are planning on are certainly accounting majors maybe, but also planning to take the CPA exam. So I think these provide some additional practice and understanding that will help you on that test. There's 82.5 extra credit points associated with these assignments. And I give you 5 attempts allowed before the problem is considered final. 5 attempts. That's very liberal, I think, but my motive is very clear there. I want you to have every opportunity to learn this subject in sufficient depth that you're successful in the course and later successful in perhaps the CPA test. Okay. Remember, though, this is a point that trips students quite frequently. And remember that these extra credit points, Canvas thinks are regular points. So your percentages are going to be distorted a little bit. If you don't do the extra credit assignments, Canvas will hold that against you. I don't. Extra credit is, in fact, extra credit. And you can see here that your percentage and your letter grade is going to be based on 1,480 points, which are the total regular points. So it is possible to earn more than 100% in this course, just so you know. That's probably all the extra credit that I'm going to have for this course, which I think is pretty considerable. So hopefully you'll take advantage of that, along with my tutoring, which you get 2 extra credit points for every hour you spend with me. So we'll go from there. So in general, we're going to cover chapters 1 through 12 of the textbook. So we'll find this course assignments by due date here in a second as we get through this syllabus. But assignment changes, very rare that we would make an assignment change, but it is possible. So you should get in the habit of taking a look at announcements in Canvas to be sure you're on top of anything that might change. As a rule of thumb, you should spend at least 2 hours for every instructional hour studying and preparing for assignments. All right, so you'll notice there's a chapter 0 here. That's not a typo. I thought it was initially, but here we are reviewing some accounting information that you've had previously, and you'll find I've enclosed some helpful files as well for that, just to get you back in the groove of things if you're a little rusty. But then we can go through all of these chapters. Again, I'll let you read those on your own. Participation requirements, so please don't hesitate to ask me if there's any question. I'm here for you guys, as hopefully you would know, and away we go. Okay, so homework policies. So for adaptive learning, you get 100%. If you do 100%, you get 10 points. So again, submissions after the due date aren't allowed. Homework exercises, you get 5 attempts per question. That's particularly flexible, as I mentioned. Your best attempt will be recorded in the gradebook, so not to worry there. If you don't finish, your best attempt will automatically be submitted from Wiley Plus to Canvas on the due date. But you probably want to do your submission just to make sure that points come over properly. Every now and then there's a little glitch in that, but I haven't seen any in quite a little while. So hopefully, but it's good to pay attention to your points. Your correct answer is going to be visible after your final attempt. All right, and there's always a list of key accounting terminology available as well. So I'll let you read that in a little more depth. But here for homework, for problems homework, differentiated from exercise homework, you're going to have unlimited attempts because these are pretty hard, these problems. And again, I will cover them if you want me to in advance in the tutoring sessions. So again, I will record those tutoring sessions and you're welcome to play them back as much as you want. For exams, then that's a little different. We only have one attempt per question and away we go. Usually it's about 55 questions, usually multiple choice. All right, so it's theoretically, as I mentioned, not necessary to press the submit button since homework scores are automatically recorded on the due date. But you still may want to do that just to confirm you've received those points in Canvas. All right. So no extensions will be granted in this course unless specifically approved by me in advance of the due date. And that's only if there's a serious life issue or something like that. So we'll go from there. Unfortunately, for the final exam, I don't have any opportunity to make up that final exam to a date later than what's scheduled. We're so close to the course ending date that if you have a situation where you can't take that final exam, we'll have to set it up for something earlier than what's scheduled. Okay, again, all those points are accrued in Wiley Plus and transferred automatically into Canvas. Students naturally are responsible for the content of all the chapters and associated appendices, even though they may not always be covered by the homework assignments. Okay, I'll let you read the rest of that on your own. Study groups I covered. There are no points associated with study groups. Special needs and statement of diversity. Here, Santa Ana College is committed to providing appropriate and reasonable accommodations for all persons with disabilities. So if that applies to you, don't hesitate to use that service from the Disabled Student Program and Services, DSPS office, and I give you the number and location here for arranging those accommodation plans. All right, statement of diversity. Certainly, I think that the whole class will benefit from the wealth of diversity brought by each individual. And so, of course, I ask that everyone extend every courtesy and respect that they would expect in return. So, I'll let you read all of that in return here. Electronic listening devices. It's not appropriate to record my sessions, although I frequently will record them and post them in Canvas under announcements. Here's some important dates. I think I'll let you read those on your own. It starts with start date and ending date and first date you can drop, etc., etc. All right, syllabus recap. Here, it's a good idea to retain a printed copy of the syllabus and bookmark it as an online page under your favorites. That's just a recommendation, not a requirement. And I'll jump down to the third paragraph here. I further reserve the right to increase a student's grade from that indicated by the total points earned if I believe the total points are not representative of the total learning that the student has achieved during the course. And I also, just so you know, I sometimes will adjust the exams. If I see a problem that is confusing and we discuss it maybe at our tutoring sessions, I will raise everybody's grade accordingly if I find that to be the case. Okay, so certainly we could possibly change exam dates and times, but again, that's very rare. We had a fire here a couple of years ago, and Irvine was under evacuation. Kind of silly if you ask me, but nevertheless, I had to reorganize a bunch of things as a result of that. Probably the most important page in this syllabus is the course assignments by due date. And here is everything you need and when it's due. And let me just page down here real quickly to the bottom. All assignments are due at 11:59 p.m. on the date assigned unless otherwise indicated. And so here is the total regular points, and here is that opportunity to earn a grand total of quite a bit more extra credit points, which really helps your grade, I might add. Okay, so all of these dates will be mirrored in the modules of the course, and you'll see these there as well. But here's our first assignment, and it's going to be due Wednesday, which is 2 days after the course starts here on February 10th. And then here are when all the assignments are due. And I think for me, this is a very helpful little document for knowing where everybody is and what the expectations are. And then we have a week where we have a spring break, which is really nice. And then we crank it up again. Okay, so lastly, here's my biography. I went to USC. I have 2 degrees, one in undergraduate degrees, one in marketing and one in accounting, and an MBA also from USC. I've been a chief financial officer for a major international food company where I directed all aspects of finance, accounting, HR, treasury, payroll, MIS, and legal, and my largest staff was 50 people. So I've done just about everything. I think you're welcome to read this in more depth, but I've done just about everything that I'm teaching you in this course. So hopefully that real world experience will translate into a little more fun class and a little more relevant class for all of you. And I do enjoy having a little fun while we learn. So lastly, I want you to know I am there to facilitate your learning experience. I think my tutoring assignments, I think illustrate that. I'm not paid for those. I do that to be helpful for you guys. So please take advantage of my background and experience. And I'm very much looking forward to meeting everyone and sharing our semester together. All right. Our next video will be a course overview, and we'll go into the actual Canvas course, and I'll show you around a little bit. Until that time, bye for now.